Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. AEW Collision review. We've seen some big time matches and some things that set up Forbidden Door stuff as well. Some more matches added to the card. But the main event, we've seen Maya World go against Athena. And I did not expect Maya World to defeat Athena. I had a feeling it would be a great match. It was a great match too. But I did not think she would beat Athena. I had her beating, Sky Blue the week before. I think when she went against her, but I did not think she would be Athena. That right there is good, like that. You get a big surprise, and like when you get a young talent. I say young talent. I think she might be. Well, actually, she might be younger than me. How old is Maya World? Maya World, what is she, like 23, 22? Maya World is. Oh yeah, she's younger than me. She's 23. I'm 24. Yeah, she's 23. Yeah, to be what's in that younger talent. Like that, go out there, get opportunity. And remember how this came about, really. Remember her and Hyan, because, I'm from Dallas. I've seen them, the Independence. And he's been independent stuff, Hyan especially used to be reality wrestling. They had some reality wrestlers on here too as well. They was fighting against the Hurt Syndicate earlier tonight. But they be like, in Houston, in Dallas and stuff like that, different Dallas on DFW, All Pro, and all type of stuff like that, like the different wrestling companies and independent scene, but my world to get opportunity like that. Because remember, at first, it was supposed to have been, it was what's her name? With the bad knees. Tegan Knox and her girlfriend, whoever she is. Like that. They were supposed to be both of them two in the match. Remember they walked out, they said they wanted more because I think they supposed to get like 4 5 minutes, I think, 4 or 5 minutes for the match. They wanted more time for their match or something. And they walked out and like left and stuff. And then they got replaced by Maya World and Hyan. They became a tag team, did their thing and stuff as well. And I think Hyan a little older, she's like 30, something like that, a little older, like that. She have a little more experience. But Maya World, like that, the opportunity, because we see Maya World wrestle with Athena and stuff as well in the independent scene. That Athena got her own Metroplex Wrestling company too, all women's wrestling company she has here in Dallas area too. She was wrestling with her. She looked very good. She wrestled against her. Mercedes Moné co-signed her. A lot of people co-signed her. Like, she's a very talented individual. And then you get an opportunity right here because we've seen Will Nightingale get injured. Like that. Will Nightingale get injured. And she got an opportunity to come in there, and now she see herself in the finals. She's gonna be in a pay-per-view match, a one-on-one pay-per-view match versus Mercedes Moné, like that. One of the best of this generation, like that. So they're gonna be crazy. And this is the first time go get each other ever. They kind of teased it a few times. Mercedes did mention Maya World. She said, "I would love to face her one time in the ring like that." One of the people she like named on the list. So hey, now the match is happening. It'll be Maya World versus Mercedes Moné. Maya World, she's fighting for a brother on RP. He passed away or died in a car crash like that. And instead of going home, because at first she said they asked her to like, you take time away, but she said nah. She said because her brother, he got her into wrestling. She said he would want her to be in this ring competing still like that, and she's going out there, she got opportunity, went out there, handled business, and now she's in the finals. Kind of like Kofi Kingston. Remember when Mustafa Ali got injured? I don't think Mustafa Ali would have got all the way to having a big match like that. I don't think it was ever expected for him to do that. I feel like he was just going to be in a chamber, have a few spots. But Kofi Kingston, since he was a legend, like people wanted to see Kofi get opportunity so much, he stayed ready. His time, now her time came a little faster. She's 23. His time came a little later and like that in time and got opportunity. That's why you always stay ready, and you always, you stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. And she was ready and got a victory against Athena, and now she's heading on to the finals in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. I don't know if she'll beat Mercedes, but it can happen. I hope it happens. That'd be cool. Like that. Imagine the young star. That'd make the Owen Hart Cup tournament very crazy too as well as time goes on. Because now you're like, okay, we've seen, especially if she go out there and win, and she win the whole thing. Be like, we've seen somebody come in here who was a replacement, and they went in here and they won the whole thing. So you never know like that. That could be something. You never know. You want to make a new star, you give them a chance like that. You ain't gotta wait till the wrestler's 35 and 40 to give them an opportunity to fight for the title. You can make them a champion right now like that. So that could be something that happens. We know Tekla is the world champion. She's gonna be fighting against Starlight Kid. She just got done beating up Taro Okada as the Stardom president. Beat him up again. She beat him up a lot. She got done beating him up as well. But she's gonna be fighting Starlight Kid at Forbidden Door. We also got some more Forbidden Door matches as well. You have Thunder Rosa said she will be bringing a partner. Some people think it's Miss Olympia, most likely. I think they kind of teased it a little bit, so it might be her. Like that, bringing a partner to fight against Divine Dominion. So that's gonna be a pretty good showdown. Stat got a victory against Mina, so she advances to the TBS Survival of the Fittest. And I think Queen Aminata supposed to fight Red Velvet to get one of the spots in there too. I think Persephone should win that TBS title. I feel like that'd be very good to get some young stars like that getting the victories. I think Persephone should win that. But we'll see what kind of goes on. Sky Team versus the Bucks and Shingo Takagi and Titan will be a Forbidden Door. You got Pac versus Shota Umino, the shooter. Going against each other in that match, a one-on-one match. Both of them are part of, I think Shota Umino was Moxley's young lion. Remember, he was in Japan a few years back. He was IWGP US champion when he beat Juice Robinson for the IWGP US title, and he was there the whole time. Shota Umino was his young lion, and now Shota Umino going against Pac, Pac is basically their mercenary. Like they send him out there. He's a suicide bomber. They send him out there. He just go out there and just destroy people like that. I think Claudio is still, in my opinion, the most dangerous person in the Death Riders. Moxley is, of course, dangerous, but Claudio is, I think, different a little bit. He can do everything in that ring. Jericho got beat up by Ciampa, and they have a match set for Beach Breakthrough, and be Jericho versus Ciampa 1-on-1. So we'll see if Jericho can get some revenge for that. Her Syndicate did appear. They said they're not competing for titles anymore. They said we're only competing for money. So I guess they're gonna be like APA or something. I guess it's gonna be like Heroes for Hire, like Luke Cage and Iron Fist or something. So we'll see what they do. It's going around just doing different bidding and stuff. But I think eventually it come a time where you could see Bobby Lashley become world champion. We've seen Samoa Joe, who's a little older. He became world champion twice. He was a transitional champion. But I think you see Bobby Lashley maybe getting that role too. Because we never got a chance to see Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Part 2. The first one was good. We never got a chance to see the second one. So that could be something to look into a little bit as well. So we'll see what happens. I think Bobby could win the world title, be a transitional champion. I think Swerve would win the world title back again. I think Ospreay might be. I think he'd probably beat Swerve. I think he'd beat Swerve to go on the fight. Most likely it might be MGF. But it could be Kenny Omega too. That'd be crazy. I think it could be Kenny Omega, but it could be MJF. I think MJF versus Ospreay again. They're all in. And the main event, that right there be crazy. But we have to wait and see. Or the main event could be Mercedes versus Tekla. Like that. If it's or My World versus Tekla. You never know. I feel like either one of those world title matches will be the main events. They'll pick whichever one like that. You could do the women's one because the women's never had a main event. So you could, like, for the first time, hey, might as well do something different. But I guess since if Will Ospreay does win, it might be him in the main event since he is from there like that. So him going there would be kind of like fairy tale ending if he does find a way to win. It kind of gets the suspense up. But we'll see exactly what kind of goes on. But yeah, good show today. My World she got beat up after the match too by Mercedes and Athena. They hugged her and stuff like that. It was like celebrating. I knew it was coming eventually. And they said beat her up after the match. But this should be ready. She ain't got nobody on her side. Well, I don't know what Hyann is. Hyann is her partner. I don't know if Hyann is injured or not. But she needs to get somebody out there just in case like that. But that would be crazy. So they might have maybe a segment maybe next week on Wednesday. We'll see. But My World is in the finals. I'm gonna know what you guys think about that. I'll see you guys next time on the channel, which will probably be on Wednesday. Peace out.